Foods Country.
Let's eat with local products and from right here in the North Peace. This is Energetic Eats, brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op. You're at home here.
Another day, another episode of Energetic Eats. Today, we're joined by Bess Lego, who's the president, I believe, of the Fort St. John Farmers Market. How's it going today, Bess?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks, Doug. It's a beautiful sunshiny day.
It is indeed. It was a little hard to get the right angle for you with all the sun, but and you are the president, correct?
I am.
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very glad we got that right. So, turns out you guys still have a couple more markets this season, so we're going to talk about that and many more things in just a minute.
Yeah, so tell us just, excuse me, a little bit about what goes into planning the farmers market each weekend.
Oh, thanks for that. Fortunately, that's not my role, but that is usually in the hands of our market manager, Margie Unruh, and she puts a ton of hours into communicating with everybody with phone calls and figuring out who's coming, figuring out a diversity of vendors to have inside and outside, that type of thing, and making sure that folks know where to set up when they get there, and yeah, that we're keeping in line with COVID protocols and communicating with the city and making sure that any events that are happening or non-events outside of our market that we collaborate and that we're doing things together to make sure we have a positive space for the community to gather on Saturdays.
Now, is it something, Bess, where it's farmers have to like ask you to be at the market, or are you guys also reaching out and saying, hey, we have this market, we heard you've got some produce that you're trying to unload, maybe you should come down and sell it?
Yeah, for the most part, we have a lot of vendors who do want to come out, especially with the new Festival Plaza. Mm-hmm. And so we don't usually recruit too much. We definitely want to encourage anybody that is a primary producer or is an artisan or vendor that they have a home at the farmers market. That's one of the reasons why we're excited with the new Festival Plaza, is that we can have a diversity of space and we can grow. So it's not just the limited indoor space, although this time of year it is, but also lots of space outside of the building and around so that we can include more farmers who are producing and wanting to connect with the community here.
Now, it is wonderful. I've been to this farmers market a lot, especially since it came to the Festival Plaza. You guys always have lots of neat stuff. You think farmers market, you think produce and meats and stuff, but you've had honey for sale. There's lots of kind of artisans there who are selling stuff that they've made or carved or painted, whatever it happens to be. I have to ask, farmers markets, why are they important to our community and communities in general?
Well, I kind of alluded to that. Farmers markets are that connection to where your food comes from. There's a lot of rural folks that work really hard on trying to restore the land and raise animals and grow vegetables and that type of thing. And I know as somebody who grew up in a small town in Ontario, I didn't know what a carrot looked like until I was 25 years old. And I was fortunate to learn about our Canadian food system and get to work on one of my professor's farms to kind of get to know more about that. So farmers markets are really great. It's so important that people know where the food comes from and that there's local food access, especially during the growing season, and just be able to use your purchasing power to actually support a local farmer in the pursuit that they're doing, because we are all working towards local food security and making sure that we can have nutrient-dense foods and feed our families. And again, that community gathering space. We live busy lifestyles, and so to take a little bit of time out and slow down your pace and head down to the farmer's market, have a conversation, whether it's with a vendor or farmer or a friend who's come down to get the same sprouts that you're going for. It's just a really nice opportunity to get the community together in a busy world.
Now, with the new venue, which we talked about a few times already, one of the exciting things is you're not confined to just May to Thanksgiving now. There's opportunity for the market to last longer. So as of right now, you guys are doing two more, kind of the next 2 weekends in October. Tell us a bit about why you decided to do that and if we're going to see more markets because of the kind of new space.
Yeah, I really appreciate that question, Deb. Yeah, so we are trialing what a winter market might look like. And so we did try to extend till the end of October, but I believe the city has some really cool Halloween activities planned in the Festival Plaza. So we have two more markets in October, and then we actually have a Christmas market that's scheduled for November 27th that will be marketing and making sure folks know when to show up. And we're really just trying to figure out the space, making sure that it is warm enough for vendors to pop up for the day, that the community still wants to come out this time of year, that type of thing. And just just kind of trial it out. We would go big or go home, but it is also that typical time of year where farmers and market managers and vendors, they get a little bit tired after working so hard all season. And so taking a little bit of a rest and prepping for Christmas markets is something a lot of our vendors really had a voice for. And we're trying to balance that with the primary producers that have year-round food stuff that they love to sell. And so making sure that people still have local food access throughout the year is what we're kind of working towards too.
Perfect. And then can you tell us a little bit about the final 2 markets that are coming up? Like what's happening?
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be a slightly smaller showing of vendors because, again, there will be a few of our artisans and those that are crafting and making sure that all the Christmas treats and table runners and those type of things are ready. But I do think you'll still find a lot of our primary producers who have foodstuffs that will be coming out. So Jerry's Baking, Van Rook Meats and their charcuterie boards and that type of thing, as well as sprouts and local meats and that type of thing. There should be bakers and honey producers that just maybe not as many as we normally would see throughout the summer, but encouraging the community just to come out and find their local food and make sure they can support a farmer.
Excellent. Perfect. Well, it's awesome. I was so happy I reached out to you because I didn't realize you had 2 more markets until this week, and I was like, Same. I should have you on because I wonder if everyone's the same.
Yeah.
So 2 more to go, everybody.
I so appreciate. Exactly. Normally we our final market is that Christmas market. We thank everybody that came down last weekend and the weeks leading up to it. We had a wonderful turkey draw that we do every Thanksgiving. I remember when I first moved to this community, it was this thrill and buzz about being around a Thanksgiving market and going to all the different vendors, buying my local apples and getting a ticket to win a local Hutterite turkey and all the fixings from all the vendors at the market. We do really appreciate everybody that comes out and supports us in the community, and so we're pretty known for trying to give back as much as possible. It's been a little difficult with COVID because we can't exactly hold events and draw people down, but we're still trying to do our way of giving back to the community, whether it's Mother's Day flowers or Father's Day donuts or customer appreciation days and that type of thing. We appreciate anybody who comes out any day of the summer and hopefully into these winter markets that we're hoping to carve out for the future.
All right, Bess. Well, again, 2 more markets this Saturday, the following Saturday. For more information, follow FSJ FSJ Farmers Market on Facebook. Bess, thank you so much for joining us today. Talk about the Farmers Market. We appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. Anytime you want to chat, I'm your girl.
All right, that's another episode of Energetic Eats, which is brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op.
Let's take a listen to some home